Yeah, hi Gary, good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, no, it's fine.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to you all. Good afternoon, good morning, and good day to all people all around the globe. I hope that you're all right. Um, yeah, good evening to you all. All right. So, what I would like to do today, I would like to discuss about Cisco SD-WAN class, which is going to be our track here. And today is going to be the day 0 for the Cisco SD-WAN uh, class. So, Gaurav, let me know whenever we can start.
We can start now. No problem.
Okay, no problem. Give me 1 second. All right. So first of all, welcome to the class, and I would like to talk about the course that we are looking to finish up in this track. So first of all, I would like to talk about a little bit about the SD-WAN and what is SD-WAN and what it can do for you if you're working in an environment or if you're just here as a student. So first of all, let me talk about the Cisco SD-WAN. In SD-WAN in general, what is the SD-WAN? Anyone knows here? I just want to get your help for the beginning. Anyone wants to give me any help about that? Would you like to give me any explanation about what is the Cisco SD-WAN or what is the SD-WAN in general and what it can do for us? Anyone interested to talk at the beginning of the class? Nobody? Anyone? Eddie? Probably you? Are you
Yeah,
interested?
my power.
Hello. Hello and welcome. Neeraj.
Uh,
Yeah, hi sir. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Baba.
Yeah. Sorry, your voice is getting very low and very slow, sir.
It's very low.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it low, Gaurav, for everybody else also?
No, I can.
No,
There's no
we
issue.
have hear you properly.
We can
No
listen
issue.
in.
All right.
Good.
So I probably this is something wrong with you.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. It's okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Now, okay.
No problem. No problem. So, who wants to give me an explanation about the what is SD-WAN in general?
hi, my name is Pawan.
Hello, Pawan. Welcome. You may speak if you want.
Yeah, I just heard something about SD-WAN. Like through SD-WAN, we can do the installation via network.
Uh-huh. All right.
Uh,
So we can do the installation via the network. Do you know, first of all, what is a WAN? Let's first of all talk about the WAN in general. The
Yeah.
previous old legacy WAN. We all want to know what is the previous old legacy WAN and what it can do for us. Imagine that you have a very large network environment. Like previously, we had a large network environment consisting of so many branches all around the globe, right? Imagine a company with the 500 or I don't know, maybe 5,000 of different branches all around the globe. And all of these branches wants to connect it either to each other or they want to connect it to the data center or they just want to receive the service from the cloud environment. Okay. So previously you used to have a couple of WAN links that is connected to these, small branches or the headquarters or the data center. Probably you just interconnect those links, those remote locations. You just want to interconnect them together, right? Previously, that was the previous old legacy world. If you want to connect them, you have a couple of different options. The first one was the MPLS. If you want to have a dedicated, probably let's say a little bit secure, more secure than the public network, you get these private links that you're connected to the MPLS network. You probably have the 5G or 4G LTE or even 3G LTE links between the branches. Also, you are getting this service from the private service provider. Also, you can use the internet as a WAN. Basically, you can use these internet links in order to interconnect those branches and those remote location together. So that was the first scenario at the beginning. If you want to interconnect those remote locations to get to each other, you're going to use these WAN legacy links. And then on top of this link, you probably previously, or even for many people right now that are just using the same technology still, you can build up a tunnel on top of that, which is called the overlay network. You're going to create an overlay network, and this overlay network would be responsible to maintain the tunnel between those remote locations and possibly a central location such as the data center. And through that tunnel, all of those remote location can talk with each other, and also they can send information about the routing and the topology to each other, right? So that was the previous old legacy network. And if you were living in the Cisco world, that was the DMVPN that did the scenario for you. So the DMVPN was a tunnel consisting of an NHRP protocol, IPsec, and MGRE. So these three protocols is going to create an overlay tunnel for forwarding the routing information as well as the data link, or the data plane information, such as the data. If you want to get some specific service from the data center, or if you want to make a call between the branches, or if you want to send the traffic from one location to another location, that was the DMVPN that was responsible mainly to forward these kind of traffic to each other. Okay, that was the first scenario previously. And on top of that tunnel, you may build up a routing protocol such as EIGRP or BGP on top of that, right? That is recommended. You can just build up those routing protocol in this tunnel to forward those information to the other part of the network. Okay, is that clear so far? Can you hear me, everybody? Is that all clear to you all? Yeah. Any problem with hearing at all, or do you hear me well?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Okay. Brilliant. So, after I got the 2016 engineer all around the globe at work, and those huge companies and those huge vendors out there, such as Cisco, Microsoft, the VMware, even the VMware, FortiGate, and all of these platforms, they have decided to create something new that works based on SD, which means works based on the software-defined network. So in general, software-defined WAN, or we call that SD-WAN in short, it was an area network. It's an advanced approach to all of those previous topics, to managing and optimizing the WAN, right? So previously, if you want to maintain a tunnel, or if you want to interconnect a new location or 100 location to the previous old network, what you need to do, you need to just ask all of your network engineer to sit somewhere and configure all of those routers inside the network. However, nowadays with this SD-WAN, it involves decoupling the network control plane and the data plane, which allows the centralized control and management over the WAN. So what you want to do, you just want to build up that network based on the software, and this software will sit somewhere in the network. It doesn't matter. It can sit at the data center level, it can be in the cloud, or it can be in the internet, some location, or it could be even in the private network, or even at the same location as we had in the data center also. So this central location, it just gives you a very good level of control in the network. So this technology has gained the significant traction in recent years due to increasing the need for more agile network, more flexible network, and also when we are looking to have a cost-effective network solution, particularly for the organization with the multiple branches and remote workers and the headquarters and the data center. So mixing all of these different type of remote location together will create complexity. If you want to just solve this problem and have an easy-going network for the implementation and also for the troubleshooting, that will solve a problem for you. So first of all, let me ask myself, why SD-WAN? What is the key component of the SD-WAN? So guys, previously, all of you, I guess all of you know that previously we used to establish the tunnel in order to forward the traffic, as well as the the routing protocol information, as well as the secure key, such as if you do have the IPsec for encryption, for authentication, and for security purpose. If you want to forward this information, you're going to use the same tunnel as you had previously. Okay, so the DMVPN will be a general tunnel to forward all of these information between the branches and also the data center. So if you would like to advertise this information, and also if you would like to browse a web from the data center, or if you want to forward any information between this location, you're going to use the same tunnel. However, with the Cisco SD-WAN, you have the isolation capability. Okay, you may isolate different parts of the network from each other because you have dedicated plane for every reason. Okay, so let me first of all talk about the key component of the Cisco SD-WAN. The first component that I would like to talk about is the control plane. Okay, so the control plane information is a general keyword, not only for the SD-WAN, it could be a general keyword for, I don't know, for the Cisco general router or for the switches, or you can use this control plane for any other aspect as well. So the control plane in the SD-WAN is responsible for managing and controlling the overall network behavior. Okay, so if you want to provide the reachability, if you want to advertise the networking information, if you want to advertise, let's say, the key, if you want to forward the information to the router that they can make decision about how traffic should be routed based on the factors such as the application priority, the bandwidth, the app-aware routing, the latency, and also so many other network conditions, you may use this plane in order to advertise those information between the routers to routers. So control plane is typically managed through a centralized management controller. We're going to talk about that later on a lot, which is called the vSmart. So in this class, we're going to talk about something called viptela solution. We're not going to talk about other, platform of the Cisco. This class will be only for the viptela solution. So first of all, the control plane have been designed to advertise those control information. It's not exact data. You're not talking about exact data. We're just looking to advertise the control information, such as the routing protocol, the routing information, the key components, the application aware routing, and many other factors. Through this control plane, we're going to advertise this. So it doesn't matter if you're just using the Cisco or VMware or the FortiGate or Silverpeak, HPE Aruba. So if you're just working with this kind of platform, all of them, they used to have the same strategy. There would be a same idea behind the scene that we're going to talk about. The next part of the Cisco SD-WAN, the next component is the data plane. The data plane is responsible for forwarding the traffic, the actual traffic that you're going to forward. Okay, so if the traffic wants to go across the network on the WAN, okay, based on your policies and the decision have been made by the control plane previously, but when you just want to forward the actual data, it will be the responsibility of the data plane. So the data plane establish the tunnel and forward the actual data. It could be a phone call, it could be access to the cloud service, or you can have access to the services which is hosted at the data center level. So all of these services will be if you want to have access to these kind of services, you may have access through the data plane. And all of these platform, either as I mentioned before, VMware, FortiGate, Cisco, HP, Aruba, or any other platform, they're going to use the same strategy. They have a dedicated control plane tunnel as well as the dedicated data plane tunnel for forwarding the actual traffic. And also, when we're talking about the edge devices, also the edge devices in the SD-WAN has a key there are key components. So SD-WAN edge devices are deployed at every remote location. It doesn't matter if you're talking about the data center or at the branch level or any other location. It could be a remote worker, okay? All of them, there would be a part of the Cisco SD-WAN fabric, okay? So SD-WAN devices are deployed at the branch office, probably, remote worker, at the data center, remote offices, and headquarters, or every remote location, there will have an edge device that have been placed there. So they are responsible for enforcing the policies, routing decision, and also there could be a software platform as VMware does, or hardware platform, for example, the Cisco, Forti, or any other those vendor. They're going to provide either both hardware and software platform for you as the edge devices. Okay, so as I mentioned, we do have these three components. So what I want to also tell you about the last part of the SD-WAN, which is very important, is the management plane also. So all of these SD-WAN, solution, they also provide you the management plane. What is the management plane? So everybody in nowadays network, in nowadays topic, you are looking for something that can control the entire network ecosystem. If you want to have a control over the network, every single piece of the network, for example, you just want to control how the web traffic for the CRM application can be forwarded through the MPLS link. You just want to control the traffic. You just want to understand the security features of the devices. You just want to configure all the firewall features on your router by a click. You just want to have a monitoring dashboard or the telemetry, or you just want to have the 360 view of the entire WAN fabric. Okay, if you want to do this, the management plane will give you the opportunity for that. Okay, I'm not aware of the VMware, how the VMware does, but I know about the Cisco. Cisco has the viptela and the vManage solution. So the vManage in general, the viptela Manage, which is the great tool in order to provide you the monitoring tools. Also, you can just monitor every possible corner of the network, as well as you can have a control of managing, troubleshooting, or implementing the new type of technology within this network. So let's talk and review. Let's have a brief review about the pros of the Cisco of the SD-WAN in general. So first of all, improve the performance. So as we know, this SD-WAN enabled the organization to optimize the network performance by dynamically selecting the path for the traffic based on application priority, latency, and other parameters that I mentioned. Guys, because you have the Cisco SD-WAN, one of the great features that SD-WAN provide you is to make a control, to make a way to control the traffic, how the traffic can be forwarded over the link based on the application. In the legacy network, you only can forward the traffic based on the destination IP address. But in today's network, you're looking for, forwarding the traffic based on something much more reasonable. You just want to forward the Skype traffic on a specific link. At the same time, you just want to forward, forward the WebEx traffic or Zoom traffic on the other links as well. So you're looking to forward the traffic based on some other parameters. Also, the Cisco I always reminding myself that I'm a Cisco network engineer. So the second thing is the cost saving. By leveraging, when you have the Cisco SD-WAN, when you have an SD-WAN solution, you can have a very low speed links, the WAN links. So by leveraging the cheaper broadband connection alongside or in place of a more expensive, private circuit like MPLS circuit, organization can have multiple links at the same time, and they also can use all of the links at the same time to have to save cost and the network cost. They can reduce the cost of operation in the network dramatically. And even if you want to increase the the services that you have in the network, if you want to have more features and more application, you may also have this. Also, the SD-WAN, it just gives you a better management, or in general, it would simplify the management for you. So with this dashboard that I told you, like vManage or the viptela manage, VMware Manage or Silverpeak Management Console. So through this console, you can easily add or remove new location. You can change your policy on entire network by a couple of clicks. And the SD-WAN allows the organization to quickly respond to the changing of the network. And also, if you know the automation, you can also automate your requirements based on the fact that you would like. So you can just write down your strategy for facing the problems. If any issue rises in the future, you may have a solution for that based on your automation strategy. Also, it just increased the agility of the network, okay, because that your network is more agile now. And also with the new generation of the SD-WAN, especially on the Cisco, they enhance the security and they just leverage the security by so many new features. So the new, let's say the first generation of the SD-WAN solution, it just often include the integrated security feature such as encryption. But nowadays they also provide the the encryption, the firewalls, the intrusion prevention system. Also, they're just providing the traditional layer of the protection to the overlay network as well. Okay, so these are all pros of the SD-WAN. Let's talk a little bit about the cons. What is the disadvantages of the SD-WAN in general? Okay, so first of all, the complexity of implementation of the SD-WAN could be a little bit challenging. Okay, deploying the SD-WAN solution is always challenging because it can be complex. You need to have a careful planning. You need to talk with the expert in that manner, and you need to understand what is the potential problems in the future if you want to migrate from the previous old legacy network to the new SD-WAN world. Okay, and the second problem that I want to talk about, as a network engineer, I do love Cisco, right? But you will be locked in with the vendor, okay? Because when you just move to the SD-WAN, you will be all the location, all the remote location, all the data center, and anywhere in the network will be locked in with the vendor that you previously bought the solution from. So organization may become reliant on a specific vendor, okay? And the SD-WAN solution that have been made by the company, you need to buy the licenses. There's this licensing feature for a long period of the time, okay? Because if you just want to, return to your old legacy network, that would be very, very hard because you know, when you migrate to the SD-WAN, there is no returning, in my opinion, there's no U-turn after all, okay? So in my opinion, I guess you need to be very careful if you want to move to that SD-WAN world. Okay, after all of this explanation, let me tell you about the Cisco SD-WAN. What is the Cisco SD-WAN? So in general,
Sorry to interrupt you, Kaveh. Actually, your screen is not visible.
all right. So I just shared my. All right. I guess this is because Gaurav. I guess this is because the WebEx. I couldn't join from
Right.
my desktop. I just joined from the browser. I guess this is the problem with it right now. I don't know what to do. Am I?
No problem. No, we can continue. No problem. That's not the problem.
Okay. So guys, is there any questions so far for the beginning of this class? I will give you another extra free session anyway. So if you would like, I will talk about the Cisco SD-WAN in general. So I just gave a general explanation of the SD-WAN, that I'm going to continue with the Cisco SD-WAN. In the next session, I will give you a lot more explanation about the Cisco SD-WAN 𝐊𝐲𝐬 solution in general. You will understand this. And also I will recommend a couple of books that you need to buy, or even if you want to download it from somewhere. I don't know if you don't have access to the free document. Somewhere you can have access to those documents as well. But today I'm going to talk about the general understanding of the SD-WAN. So first of all, let me talk about the Cisco SD-WAN, which is the leading vendor, I guess, in my opinion. If you're just looking at the magic quadrant of the Gartner in 2022, I guess Cisco still at the top level, at the very high level of the SD-WAN solution. You know, because Cisco SD-WAN solution combines the networking expertise of the Cisco and the software-defined capabilities of a company called 𝐊𝐲𝐬. So they all combine each other, and a company of 𝐊𝐲𝐬 acquired by Cisco in 2017. So Cisco SD-WAN provides the comprehensive solution, include the routing, the management, the security features, also control plane, dedicated control plane, data plane, application aware. And nowadays, they're just providing a lot more feature. That is a great application. And the only thing that when you just compare the Cisco solution with the other vendors, such as VMware, they are massively easy to deploy, but however, Cisco is kind of complicated to deploy. So if you do not have the knowledge behind the scene, that will be a little bit challenging in the future if you want to deploy these kind of technologies in the future. So the key feature of the Cisco SD-WAN that I just want to talk about is first of all, again, centralized management, and also the dedicated plane for management, for data plane, and for the control plane. And the Cisco SD-WAN is just providing you some application, a great dashboard, which is called the Cisco vManage. So the Cisco vManage, it allows you for easy configuration, the troubleshooting, the automation, and also with a couple of clicks, you may have access to all corner of the network at a time, right? It also provides the advanced security feature. And nowadays, the Cisco SD-WAN include a wide range of security features, such as the next generation firewall. So it's just providing you the NGFW feature, intrusion detection, the URL filtering, even the old legacy encryption, so you can control the secure segmentation, and also many other features. They all can be provided here. The Cisco, as well as the other vendor, they're just providing the application aware routing. This is one of the great thing about the SD-WAN. I know some of you may heard about the PFR, the performance routing. That was the old legacy network. In today's network, with all the SD-WAN solution, they can provide the the application aware routing, so you can route the traffic based on the application, not based on the destination address. Isn't it great? It is absolutely mesmerizing. So when you're just looking at the application, you may isolate this application on the path that you just want to forward. So they are absolutely great And you know, when the application there, you have a very heavy load application, such as the video conferencing application, or you have an FTP application, or you have a file server application. When they just want to forward the traffic, as well as, you know, the small, tiny little voice traffic, you don't want to combine these application and combine this traffic at the same tunnel. So by using this SD-WAN solution, you may forward these type of traffic on different type of links. Also, the Cisco SD-WAN just gives you the cloud integration. I do believe everybody else is, they just also give you this capability. But I guess because Cisco is a great company, it's a very big company, it has a lot more capability, and it has a great solution for integration between the cloud application as well as this one as well. Also, they have an scalability. In my opinion, they have the Cisco's solution can be a scale up or down based on the licensing that you will buy. Through this course, I will talk about the new policies and also the new licensing for the Cisco. If you're interested, you may also understand about these licensing features as well. So based on your scale, you may pay and you may buy the solution that is right for your company. And guys, the Cisco SD-WAN, I guess, is kind of a pay-as-you-go service. When you just need to have a larger network with a higher, more bandwidth, you may pay for that bandwidth that you may need. For example, if you do need 20 megabits per second for the bandwidth, you will pay for that. If you need more bandwidth, you will pay for the extra bandwidth that you probably require for that. Let me talk to you about other solutions that they're in the magic quadrant at the high level. The VMware Velo Cloud. I'm not quite sure if you have heard about that. So the VMware solution is also you probably heard about that for its easy deployment, and this is the cloud first approach. You know, while the Cisco offers the advanced security features, the VMware SD-WAN is known for simplicity and the deep integration with the VMware ecosystem. If you do have a VMware ecosystem, that might be a right choice for you. But you know, if I were you, I would go with a complex situation. I would go with a solution that can fulfill all my requirements. Guys, when I'm comparing some of these solutions, I'm not talking about the VMware. I'm talking about the general. Everybody nowadays, you know, all of these vendors out there, they're just providing the VMware's, they're just providing the SD-WAN solution. But when I'm comparing the Cisco with other platforms, I do see Cisco offers a lot more greater features, you know, in security, in the management, and the network control. It just gives you more capability and also ability to control the entire network. The second platform that I would like to talk about is that Silver Peak, in my opinion, which is great. It's a lot more, you know, companies nowadays are just looking for the Silver Peak that have been owned, I guess, acquired by the HPE Aruba. And the Silver Peak SD-WAN solution focuses on application-driven WAN edge services. Okay, so they are all application-driven managed services, while again, the Cisco has a comprehensive suite of features, and the Cisco Silver Peak has that is, you know, praised for its simplicity. Okay, so you know, when you're just comparing these different type of network to each other, the different type of platform to each other, they have some of them, they have pros and other cons, and you may buy the right choice for yourself. So let's dive deeper into the Cisco VIP SD-WAN feature. First of all, it just gives you the ZTP or zero touch provisioning. You know, when you just want to connect the new branch to the network, is a zero touch deployment. So with a couple of clicks, you may add the new branch into the network. You have the WAN edge devices on the Cisco SD-WAN. They have a vast, you know, range. They had a very wide range of the network devices that may be supporting, you know, the SD-WAN features, such as the ISR 4000 series, the CISCO 8000 series, the virtual images. So the WAN devices could be varied based on the type and based on the capability that you're looking for. Starting from the CISCO 8000 series to the CSR, which is a cloud service router, which is virtual image, all they can support the SD-WAN feature. They have transport independence. So the Cisco SD-WAN doesn't care about the links, the WAN link that you're connected. For example, you may connect the MPLS link, you may use the internet links, you may use the broadband links or internet or the WiMAX if you're still using the WiMAX, or even low speed links, 5G links. All links will be absolutely compatible with the current infrastructure of the Cisco SD-WAN. You also can control the application quality with the SD-WAN. So it just gives you all the QoS features as well as the many other features to optimize the network and the links performance. It also has the dynamic path selection, and the VIP will monitor the link performance every quarter second or every millisecond. They're going to monitor the links, the latencies, the packet loss, the jitter, and if you want to identify the threshold for every one of these aspects, you may identify the threshold, and if your standard will not be meet, then the Cisco SD-WAN solution will change the traffic and forward the traffic on the other links based on your policy. The Cisco also has the vAnalytic, right? If you want, you can also use the vAnalytic. I'm not going to talk about that here. Also, you have the secure data plane, as I already talked about. So through this encryption, through this secure method for forwarding the traffic, you may also connect these type of network to each other. Also, you do have a vSmart controller, which is one of the key components of the Cisco SD-WAN, and the vSmart controller is just providing the centralized control for the policy enforcement, for some time for the orchestration across the SD-WAN infrastructure, and also you may distribute all the policies and all the routes from that you're just receiving from the branches to all other branches in the network. With a Cisco SD-WAN, you also have a cloud on ramp, which is a feature that enables the organization to extend the SD-WAN to the cloud platforms, such as AWS, the Azure performance, the cloud, the Google Cloud platform. If you want to interconnect everybody to each other, you can also interconnect them. And the last thing that I just want to talk, the Cisco has a very great feature. Today's network, they have integration with the Cisco DNA Center. I don't know if you're familiar with the DNAC. Nowadays, they have a very, one large solution for the DNAC. Okay, so if you do have an SD access as well as the SD-WAN, you may want to integrate those two solutions together, so it allows you to the entire organization to be fully integrated with the SD access and have one single dashboard. Okay, through this course, for the last part of the class, through this course, we also will talk about the SASE, the Secure Access, Secure Edge. Okay, so the SD-WAN, the Cisco SD-WAN, and SASE are two distinct but complementary solution that address the different aspect of an enterprise networking and security as well. While the SD-WAN focus on optimizing and managing the WAN, the SASE is a comprehensive solution that converge the networking and the security into a single cloud-delivered platform. Okay, so if you want to compare the SD-WAN and SASE, we're going to compare them in the future in this class. But let me tell you a little bit about the SASE also. SASE, or Secure Access, Secure Edge. So combines the networking and security service into a single cloud delivered platform, which is great in my opinion. It includes the capability, SD-WAN capability, as a part of an integrated that Cisco offers. It also provides a range of security services such as the zero trust network access, the secure web gateway. You can have a cloud access security broker, also firewall as a service, and a lot more security feature. And it has been designed in a modern distributed workforce with support of remote users, branches. You can differentiate your policies, your security features across the SD-WAN fabric. And also it offers a consumption-based model, allowing the organization to scale their services and the cost based on the need. So in summary, Cisco SD-WAN is focused on the WAN, while the Cisco SASE is just focused on the cloud delivered platform for the security, special security feature. We're going to talk about this topic a lot more in this class. So that was the introduction of the Cisco SD-WAN. What we do in this class, we're going to focus on the course of implementing Cisco SD-WAN solution version 2. We're going to focus on that. So let me just show you. I hope this time I can browse my screen. I don't know if I can do it. Just give me 1 second. By this time, if you do have any question, I would be happy to answer. Do you have any question?
Hello, Kabe sir.
Hello, and welcome to the class.
Yeah, this is Vipin. I'm from Delhi.
Hello, and welcome to the class.
Kabe sir, as you just discussed about SASE, Secure Access Service Edge, so which has not yet been commercialized fully, specifically by Cisco, converging SD-WAN and security as one solution to the customer. So what do you think, and how much time SD-WAN will be transitioned to, will see the transition towards SASE?
So it's a very great question, but in my opinion, my friend, I guess Cisco already have been moved to the SASE. So I see all the platform, the new platform, starting from the Catalyst 8000 series, even 8200, 8300, 8400, and 8500, they're all supporting the SASE features. So it has been officially released, and Cisco, they're just offering these services as a single box, which is called the SASE. So what I do want to say, right now, the Cisco is just selling the SASE project in a box of SD-WAN, right?
Okay.
No problem. I hope that it just gives you the information about the SASE. But the SASE is, it all has the VPN feature, the WAN features, the cloud-based security. So you will have access to everything else. I'm telling you that in the next session, we're going to talk a little bit as an introduction about the SASE project. But I guess it has been started since 2021, and in 2023, I guess now it's in a standard, and everybody just shifting from the legacy SD-WAN. Nowadays, Cisco SD-WAN become legacy, and the new generation is called the SASE. So, combining the SD-WAN and SASE is a great, opportunity for companies and organizations to shift the previous unsecured network to the new network architecture. Guys, so I do have a question. Do you see my screen right now?
Yes.
All right, that's brilliant. So this is the course that we're going to talk about in this class. We're going to talk about the Cisco SD-WAN version 2. No, not all topics. I'm not going to promise that every single topics that we are going to talk about, but let's say the vast majority of this topic will be covered in this 30 hours of this class. We're going to talk about the SD-WAN in general. What is the SD-WAN? What is the difference between the previous old SD-WAN? We are not going to talk about the cloud model, because the cloud model, which is going to be very easy to do, we're going to talk about on-premise Cisco SD-WAN solution. So we're going to build up everything from the scratch. But anyway, the cloud solution, it's going to be a couple of clicks. But I'm going to teach you how to deploy the vManage, vSmart, and vEdge devices in the network. We are also going to talk about the zero-touch provisioning for an on-premise network, not for the cloud services, which is going to be very easy. Also, we're going to talk about the scalability, availability, high availability, and the redundancy in this network. Also, we're going to talk about the different type of controllers with the Cisco SD-WAN solution, about the AAR, application aware routing, the direct internet access, and the cloud on ramp. Also about the components and integration. And also, we're going to talk about, a little bit about the reporting, login, troubleshooting, and upgrading. The course outline will be examining the architecture, this deployment options, managed devices, PMP, plug and play, and the zero-touch provisioning. We're going to talk about the templates in this class. Also AAR, advanced data policies, advanced control policies, and also about the configuration basics, and many other about the troubleshooting and also the management. About the multicast, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And the lab outline would be about the SD-WAN controllers, about the the SD-WAN using the configuration templates, the ZTP, TLOC, and the TLOC extension, control plane, data plane, app-aware policies, and about the branch side and the regional breakout. Also, if we do have enough time, we can also talk about the direct internet access. This is all about our course that we're going to talk about in this class. So that's all have been provided by me through this class. And also the course number is 300-415. ENS-DWI is the name of this course. We're not going to talk about every possible corner case of the SD-WAN, which is a huge course. Also, I'm going to mention a little bit about the automation of the Cisco SD-WAN if you want to do so in the future. So this is what you hope you will learn through this course. And there's another group which is going to join in this class. They have a previous knowledge about the Cisco SD-WAN. It's going to be very, very great class. I hope that we can just lead to the class. And if you want to enroll, you may use the networking guys in order to have access to the enrollment. Every session will be recorded, and the policy of the access to the recording again is provided by the networking professionals. All right, so that's all. Any questions so far? Any questions?
Hello, Kaveh sir. Vipin again. One more question.
Hello. Yeah.
As we will start learning SD-WAN, because we will be transitioning from, though in my organization, I'm working with Orange Business Services. It's a French telecom. So we already have SD-WAN solution in place that we are for our enterprise networks. So as we will be transitioning from legacy network, traditional network towards SD-WAN, while you will be training us, will you draw an analogy between the legacy network or legacy technologies and SD-WAN as we will keep moving?
Absolutely, because this is the first thing that we are going to talk about. So when you just want to migrate from the old legacy network to the new network architecture, because you're just shifting yourself from the DMVP and IPsec, NHRP, all the previous things to the new world, we're going to talk about the differences. And even if I'm not talking about that, you will get the difference, okay? Because you're massively different, okay? But previously, you have been living in the world of no control, and now with the Cisco SD-WAN, you're just living in the world of everything, that you have control of everything. You may control everything in the network. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. All right. Any other question, guys? All right. So if there is no question, I'll be happy to see you on board. If you are interested to register to this class, you may talk with the networkings. Also, the next session will be free. I hope that we can deliver the next class next week at the same time. So we're going to talk about that later on with the networking. Possibly we can deliver the same class in the next week. So Grab, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Kaveh. So guys, from coming Monday, we are going to start the session. The first initial session is on YouTube. You can see, you can join, you are invited to join. And then from Tuesday, we are going to continue with the classes.
Okay, Gaurav and Kaveh, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, everyone. And I hope to see you in the class. Take care of yourself and see you later.
Sure.
Goodbye.
Sure, sir. You too.